What is up, everyone? Not sure how well you can see me, so might not use this in the video, but it's currently Sunday, June 29th, 6 o'clock on the dot. Takeoff is at 6. There's a 1-minute idle. We're not sure if we are allowed to fish for that, so we're just going to hang out for another minute while I film this intro. But we are out here fishing an NTX Bass Elite Series Open on Lake Lewisville. A lot of you guys probably saw our video from last week. We are starting on that same tire pile, seeing if we can make something happen, but we are going to move around quick if things do not look good for us here starting off. We're going to hit this spot probably a few times throughout the day, but starting off right here, we will keep you guys updated if we catch anything.
I think I like it.
Keeper number 1, guys, on a crankbait.
Didn't we do the math and like we would have won?
We were top 5.
About the same size as your other one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, actually, I don't know if it's keeper number 2 or not because I have to freaking measure it again.
I can. Catfish? I don't think so. No,
That's a bass. It's just a dark one.
it is.
Nice. That's a keeper, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Here.
I think that's a good fish.
Long and skinny. All right, guys. Keeper number 3.
Number 4 on the Fed Ike. Oh, stop one for nothing. Stop one for nothing. Number 5, next cast later. Alright, bro, that thing's time. That was right underneath the boat.
Really? Yeah. It's a decent fish.
It's not terrible.
Bit on a drop shot, but I can't get bit on Nico.
I guess. That's probably our first caller of the day. That's definitely our first caller of the day. Ow.
I think red is lighter.
Probably damn near a pound Cull.
Probably
drop shotting right underneath the boat. Jacob just got like a 3.5. Of course, it was like the most insane fish catch ever. What is up, everyone? If you've made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Quick little story time because it was hot, so my camera did unfortunately die during this fish catch. But as you saw in the previous two, Jacob had kind of gut hooked one of the fish. That fish ended up culling out one of our two line burner fish, one of the two that we caught really early in the morning by probably about 3 or 4 ounces. It was looking a little shaky in the live well to start with, but by the time we release it for this next fish that I'm about to talk about, it swam away totally fine. So no harm, no foul on that. But as far as the next fish catch go, and the clip that I'm going to play after I get done talking here of our weigh-in, we had a decent sized fish. It was probably about 3.5 pounds. And me and Jacob had our 5 fish limit probably at about 11 o'clock, which is, I think, the earliest that we've ever had a limit in one of these Lewisville tournaments that I fished with him. So we were sitting really good, and we just kind of told ourselves that we needed to fish offshore the entire rest of the day and try to look for a big bite. And we basically stuck to that till about this tournament ended at I believe it was 2, if my memory serves me correctly. We stopped trying offshore at about 11:15, ending on the tire pile, and just decided to go shallow because we were kind of running out of options. And the docks that you see, the stretch, if you guys know Lewisville, you know where that is, but that dock stretch, we were on the very front, more lake facing one of them, and we were kind of done fishing it, or I was kind of done fishing it, so I was going around it, and Jacob was in the back of the boat throwing a Nico rig in there. And as I'm going past it, he just kind of sets the hook and is like, dude, this is big. And it ended up being about a 3.5 pound fish, culling that smaller one that he gut hooked by probably about 1.5 pounds. So gave us some decent weight. But the story behind it was, as we were going past the dock, that fish kind of wrapped itself around one of the leading dock poles. I think it was the front. If you're facing the dock, it's like the front right one. And Jacob had it on for probably about 2 or 3 minutes, and as soon as he had set the hook, I knew the GoPro was dead, so I ran back there to try to get some of it on recording, but it was being so finicky, and of course he had a fish on. I didn't really feel like messing with it and risking losing that fish, but that fish had wrapped itself around the pole. It was probably on for 2 or 3 minutes, and we were just kind of hoping and praying that it would stay pinned. And we eventually had to get right up to the dock and kind of thread Jacob's rod around the pole to get it to come loose, and it was just like the fight of the life. It was really cool to watch. Probably one of the coolest fish catches that I've ever been a part of in my life, and that was just really cool to experience. And luckily it stayed pinned. Like I said, it probably culled our smallest fish, which was that one he gut hooked by about 1.5 pounds. So really cool, valuable fish. I don't, as I'm recording this right now, I don't exactly have the weights that we ended with off of the top of my head, but it was somewhere right around the low 14 pound range. But I'll flash a more accurate description of what we weighed in along with the video and pictures of the fish itself. But as far as the tournament itself goes, it was a really fun tournament. Didn't me and Jacob fish out there last week? If you guys saw that video, thank you so much. But if you haven't, be sure to go check that out. And we just kind of started on the basis of we knew where some fish were, didn't necessarily have enough time and resources to find them in the night tournament, but figured a longer tournament that we might have a chance at running into some big fish. And that's kind of how we went into this tournament, knowing that we could probably catch a decent limit on that tire reef, which kind of did, and then go looking for a big fish throughout the day. And that's kind of the plan that we had, kind of the plan that we stuck to for the most part. But it was a really fun day. Me and Jacob, I think he caught his first one on a Nika rig. Mine obviously was on a square bill, if you guys saw. And then we had started on the tire pile, caught those 2 fish, and then went back to the tire pile. And when we went back to it, it was kind of still early morning, but about 10 o'clock, I think. And 10 to 11 o'clock. And when we had gotten in there, I was throwing that fat Ica again for probably like 15 or 20 minutes before we got these bites. But as I kind of flashed on there, it was one after another on those 2 fish. And they weren't necessarily set up exactly like they were last weekend on it. They were in a little bit different location. So it took us a few minutes to find it, as well as the wind direction was blowing slightly different. So the boat positioning was a little off from normally how I like to fish that spot. But caught those 2 fish back to back, and then probably went another 10-15 minutes before those drop shot fish happened, and those were also on back-to-back casts. I noticed there was a bunch of little specks right below the boat, so I was just kind of dangling a drop shot right there. I don't know why. I guess to catch the fish, but I didn't necessarily know that they were bass, so I was just kind of dangling there, set the hook on one, and it ended up being, I think, one of our keepers that stayed in the box for the entire day. And then right after that, caught another dink and didn't get any bites on it after that, so we ended up leaving, trying to find some of those offshore fish that I was talking about earlier. And then came back. I think Jacob caught another one cranking on it, as well as one on a drop shot offshore. It was a little small one that we didn't get on film because the camera unfortunately overheated again. But other than that, that's kind of about what we were doing throughout the tournament. It was a shorter day. Like I said, it ended at 2 instead of the normal 3:30 that a lot of the bigger tournaments end at, but that's kind of okay for the summertime. Normally, that last hour, you're just kind of done fishing anyway, so it's a good thing. We ended up getting, I believe, 6th place. They paid 3 spots. We were out of a check by about 2 pounds, unfortunately. I think there was like 17 boats in the tournament, but all in all, it was a really fun tournament. And yeah, some exciting stuff coming. I think we're going out with Mike McFarland next weekend, or this weekend technically, which I believe is going to be July 5th. He wasn't doing so hot last week, so we had to reschedule. And then after that, we have the tournament out on Fork again. Past that, I'm not necessarily sure what we're going to be doing video-wise for you, but we got some good stuff coming for you. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm going to roll the rest of the clips. And
how many fish? Brian, y'all weighing in? Yeah. Well, come on. I'm ready to go. I'm hot. That's the last boat. You and him. Actually, he's already here. He's right here weighing in. That's Clayton. What's his name? I'm about to DQ you. I thought it was going to lock on 1403. 1403? Did you see it almost lock on 14 even?
You're done with me talking, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
Bring in the storm, but this ain't the Zeus. Walk in the skies, but this ain't the loop. This ain't the truth. We ain't the same, you ain't have a clue. I'm in the game and untouchable, cause I got the flame and this is the proof. Loading my tote, I still want all the smoke. We ain't talking about jokes, we just talking about more. I see all of my goals and it's looking like gold. I ain't asking for hope, cause I know that it's show. Now you seeing me blow.